Hey y'all, just Matt here. So just doing a little devotional. I had something planned and was gonna do something that I've been working on, but I went for a run this morning after walking the kids to school. Got a bit lost on my run too, so ended up running 10Ks instead of 5. But during the run, I really felt God leading me to share something else. So I really wanted to share with you just something I've been reflecting on, and it's something that's important for us as Christians, and it's something that's vital for us, and something we don't talk about very much, and that's prayer. And I'm wrestling with my own prayer journey and how my prayer life is, and trying to look at it in a way where, I guess, to give you an example, yesterday I saw something that I think just sums up how our prayer life should be. And I saw a mom with her daughter in the center of town in Toowoomba, and they were waiting across the street. And I think the mom was giving the daughter a big cuddle because it's windy and cold, and Toowoomba's great for that during wintertime. And they're laughing and joking, and then they go to cross the street, and they kind of skip together at first, and then eventually the little girl just skips ahead, and the mom stops skipping and lets her go, and the little girl's got this big smile on her face. Mom's smiling. She kind of looks back a couple times at mom while she's crossing. And I don't know why, that picture just stuck with me, and it just came to me again this morning while running. And it made me really reflect on how we should have a prayer life with God. I feel our prayer life should be something like that relationship that I saw with the mom crossing the street. We should be like that little girl when it comes to coming to God. Being able to be embraced by God, wrapped in God's arms, and being able to discuss things, laugh about things with Him, and being able to try things with Him. Bringing Him with us on our journey, not just leaving, we've prayed and then that's it, now I'm going to go do everything else. It's kind of like He's still with us. Kind of like even that mom was still with her daughter. Even when her daughter was skipping on ahead, she was still there. She was still present. And I feel like God's the same way for us. And I feel like sometimes as Christians, we get so caught up in this formula of prayer. Certain hours, certain way it should look, certain words we got to say. And we get so hung up on that we miss the bigger point behind prayer. We miss the bigger heart. This heart of God that's just calling us to be in relationship with Him. That's just calling us to come to Him. Like a daughter or a son goes to their mom. Without a mask, without trying to formulate perfect words, without making sure we're in the right emotional state, just going to God. Knowing that God is there. Knowing that God is waiting to embrace us. Knowing that God is waiting to joke with us. To help us in the hard times. To carry us when we need to be carried. To hold our hand when we need Him to hold our hand. And to let us go and skip ahead when we need to skip ahead. And far too often, I don't think a lot of us as Christians approach prayer that way. We either try to do it by ticking a box. I need to spend a certain amount of hours or whatever it is. Or we go and pray and we have a whole list of things. And I'm not saying the list is bad to pray for. It's good to pray for things. But sometimes the whole time we're just sitting there naming out a list that we never listen. And I don't know about anyone else, but when I think about the amazing moments I've had with my parents and my mom, they're not the moments where I just yap all the time. I probably did most of the talking, but sometimes they're the moments where I listen. Sometimes they're the moments where there's not even words. And you're just being embraced. Sometimes they're the moments where you're sitting in silence. Or sitting in frustration. Some of those key moments that really helped me so much as a person, has helped me grow as a man, that I can reflect on as a kid, are usually the moments where I'm listening more than talking. Where I'm dropping down my guard. Where I'm fully inviting someone in. And we like to always say that God knows everything. And I know God does, just as I can, as a parent, I can sometimes know if Caleb's not right. But there's a difference between knowing something's going on with one of my kids than one of my kids inviting me in to be a part of what's going on. And I think that's what prayer is meant to do for us. We're meant to invite God in to what's going on within us. Not stressing about how it looks, making sure it's the right thing, it's the right words, it's the right time limit, it's the right structure. We just need to invite him in. And then once he's invited in, we need to take him on the journey, realizing that he's still with us. Even when we're skipping ahead, God is still present with us. He's still there. He's still walking with us across the street, across the roads that we travel in life. And I really feel as Christians, we need to grab hold of that. We need to really cling to that in this season. In the season where it's full of uncertainty, there's political and social unrest, there's all these issues coming up. And I don't know what the answer is to some of those big problems going on in the world, and I don't want to ever act like I do. But I do know for me, and I think for us as Christians, the first step in any solution or else being a helpful contributor in, bringing God's kingdom to earth, we need to first sit with God. We need to first look at our prayer life. We need to first invite him in completely. We need to go to him and embrace him like a mom does to her daughter. We need to go skipping with God sometimes. We need to be willing to be embraced by God. In the moments that we're not perfect, in the moments that things aren't right, and even in the moments where things are great. We don't need to just go pray for God when poop hits the fan. We need to invite him in all the time. We need to celebrate with him. We need to joke with him. So I want to encourage you this week to find time to do that, whatever it looks like for you. And just enjoy the journey of inviting God in and resting with him and spending time with him and seeing how he'll grow you and develop you as a Christian and as an individual, and the impact it will have on those closest to you and those that are even a little bit further around you. And I really just want to encourage you with that this week, church. Can't wait to gather this Sunday, and hope you are having a great week. May God's grace and peace be with you.